you might be like me in this regard. You might not. But sometimes I wonder what difference I make in this world. I've long had an urgency to do as much good as I could on earth in the time that I've been given. And these days in particular, when it seems that the divisions among people are so strong, I wish I could do more. I have this deep, deep sadness about what seems to be more hatred in this world and less of a sense that we are in this together, which we really are. And when the end of my life draws near, I just don't want to look back and wish I had made a bigger difference for the world than I did. I know that Mother Teresa often talks about not looking for results, but instead to simply do our small part the best that we can and to do that with love. You know, that I am called to live with my imperfections, my mistakes, my limitations. I really don't like that part of me, but I'm to just keep trying to do my best without knowing what difference I might make. But sometimes it is nice to hear, isn't it? Wednesday morning, I got a phone call from a woman in my first parish some 40 years ago to tell me that her 93-year-old mother had died. And she reminded me that when her dad had died all those years ago, at the funeral home, I had everyone write down little memories of him on index cards. Some we shared out loud, the rest we collected. She said her mom still had the words I had written about her dad, this woman's husband, taped to her mirror all those years later. It was just a simple thing I'd long forgotten, but it was nice to hear that something I had done made a difference for that woman. This weekend, we would like to talk about the difference that you make. You know, all the ways that you don't do what our second reading talked about today. You don't just say to someone, you know, good luck, or I'll pray for you, I hope things turn out well, but that you actually do pray, that you actually do help, that you actually do make a difference. And I have no doubt but that you have made a bigger difference than you already know, and that even these days, right now, you make a bigger difference than you know. You know, that kind word or a smile, that sacrifice you made that no one would ever know about, that willingness to let go of what you had planned to help the person right in front of you. For all of that, thank you. I do hope that sometimes you do get to hear about some of the difference you make, because you truly do make a difference. You do, more than you will ever know. From my vantage point as pastor, I'm blessed to hear and see some of the goodness that others don't get to see. Like just this Thursday night when a woman who was pretty poor financially told me about another woman who is also pretty poor financially, but who is helping her stay on her feet right now and loving her through some pretty tough times. It was moving to me to hear that. And it's just one of the countless stories I get to hear of the difference you make.
And I want to tell you of some of the differences you have made and are making for me. My name is Lena Feltman, and I first stepped inside these doors as an unbaptized person seeking a faith community to love and support me and help keep me on the path. Well, a few of you might recognize me from Holy Saturday night, March 26th, 2016, when I was the first person ever in this church to be baptized by going completely underwater in a big tank, right there. Now I have a church home, and with all my heart, I thank you, because I wanted to give back for all God has done in my life. I started to work with the youth group, help with fish fries, and lecture at masses. Since my baptism that night, I've also gotten married to the love of my life, Charlie, and we are thrilled that our son, Cooper, was also baptized here. In addition to the service we offer, Charlie and I also give financially online each week and plan to increase that so that God's work here can continue. Thank you for all that you have done and continue to do so that people like us can find what we most deeply need for our lives. When the Archdiocese celebrates Stewardship Sunday each year, please be generous in your commitment of prayer, of service, and of financial support. And if you can increase, please do. You might never know the difference you will make. You are truly helping real people like us.
Once a year, every parish in this archdiocese asks each of us to renew our offering of prayer, of service, and support. Now, to everyone who is praying with us right now who is not a parishioner at Most Sacred Heart, please translate what I'm about to say as it best applies to where you are rooted. Now, in 2 weeks, we invite you to bring this completed form with you to church if you've not already mailed it back in. In 2 weeks, we're also going to list in the bulletin some of the ways that you are making a difference here. For example, your financial offering this year, everything from our HVAC filtration systems and all that we've done to keep people safe during the pandemic, including allowing us against all odds to have in-person learning this past school year throughout. 2, helping us have an online presence with our masses and prayer services and faith formation things, as well as everything that we do in person. As Lena said, if you can increase your financial offering, please do. It does make a difference. It will continue to make a difference. So too with prayer, there are folks here who would tell you that the power of our prayers sustained them in their darkest times this past year. I would tell you that. You know, there were people who told me that they were praying for me this past year and a half, and I know that it made a difference in here for me in my toughest times. And thirdly, your service. How do you choose to continue to share your God-given talents and your precious time for God and for one another? Now, you can read about each ministry on our website, and there are ministries listed in here that you would hopefully want to check 1 or 2 and say that that's how you would like to serve or recommit yourself to serving. And if you do so, a ministry leader will contact you about being involved. The truth is, you might not always feel like it, but you are making a real difference in the lives of real people. Lena's story is just one of many. Me, I try not to be someone who needs to hear what difference I make, but sometimes it is good to hear. So, thank you. You are making a difference in ways you don't even know. On behalf of all whose lives are better because of you, thank you.